Welcome to Hannity. Now, we begin with this Fox News alert. Joe Biden's unfair multi-trillion-dollar student loan handout was just blocked by a federal judge, delivering what is a serious blow to the administration's plan to redistribute funds from blue-collar workers, the hardworking men and women of this country, to grad students and sociology majors, even those that went to Harvard and Yale and Ivy League institutions. We'll have more in a moment. Now, we also have tonight other breaking news out of Arizona. A major update is imminent. A big new batch of results is expected at any moment. Things have turned dramatically better for Blake Masters in Arizona. Kari Lake seems to be the sure winner in the gubernatorial race. She'll join us in a moment. And we also have extremely positive news out of Nevada tonight, as Adam Laxalt appears now to be the odds-on favorite in his Senate race. We're expecting an updated vote from Nevada. That could happen during this hour. Stay tuned. If we are able to make a call in this hour, we will. Unfortunately, in Arizona, Nevada, California, and a few other locations all around the country, the vote count is going on again and again and again in perpetuity. It's dragging on for days. It could even take weeks. And in the very cold state of Alaska that I love, we may not know anything until around Thanksgiving. This is insanity, and it's not okay. Now, 5 weeks after Florida suffered a devastating Cat 4 hurricane, and we're still praying for our friends in Southwest Florida, the state managed, there was so much damage, but the state managed to count all 7.5 million ballots, as Marco Rubio said, in 5 hours. In Clark County, out in Nevada, officials are still in the process of counting a mere 50,000 remaining ballots 48 hours after the election. And today, the county registrar just said that it will take several more days to count those 50,000 votes, telling reporters that the county can't do it any faster. Can we hire the people in Florida? Just an idea. Take a look.
My staff has been working very diligently. We've been here from early in the morning until late at night. We've been fully staffed. We're working as hard as we possibly can in order to get the ballots counted. But whether we like it or not, there's no way that we can move any faster than we're currently moving. We still have over 50,000 ballots that need to be counted. Those are in various stages in the process of validation before they go to the counting board, and finally, ultimately, they get to tabulation, where we're able to read them into the system.
Now think of what Marco Rubio said. 7.5 million ballots counted in less than 5 hours. They're not going to know anything. 50,000 ballots. We won't know anything until the weekend. You can't make this up. I'm laughing because I want to cry. And as of now, Adam Laxalt is still up and in a much better position to win this race tonight than he was last night. Inches away from victory now. He will join us tomorrow with the very latest out there. Lindsey Graham's going to weigh in. He has all the numbers. Now, sadly, when we go over to Arizona, the situation, believe it or not, it's even more chaotic. However, the news clearly is benefiting Kari Lake and Blake Masters. Take a look.
When do you anticipate the votes will be counted in total, those 400,000 plus votes?
Well, we will be going into next week. There's some onesie-twosies, again, pursuant to Arizona law, but I think that we'll see the lion's share here wrap up by early next week.
Early next week, can you give me a day? Are we talking Monday? Or we?
Maybe, as long as you won't hold me to it, but I think that's what we're looking at this point.
Again, can we hire the guys in Florida? They did 7.5 million in 5 hours. That's Maricopa County, where around 400,000 ballots are yet to be counted. Now, this after managing to count a whopping 62,000 votes yesterday. Based on numbers from the AP, over 650,000 votes are still not counted statewide in Arizona. And according to my sources, I am being told, we'll ask Kari Lake in a few minutes, we believe that out of that 650,000, around 400,000 of those votes are day of drop-off ballots that tend to overwhelmingly favor Republicans. Now, that means, and Blake Masters' campaign is saying, they're now averaging 68% of that day of personal handoff, drop-off on Election Day. If that pattern continues, he would become the odds-on favorite to win that Senate race. Look, anything can happen. In the last 72 hours, we have seen batches of ballots slowly trickling in from here, there, everywhere, seemingly at random. And yesterday, many thought that we only had 400,000. We were told 412,000 and a few outskirt counties, rural counties will come in, and that's it. Well, it turns out it's 400,000 day of ballots remaining. This has to change because it's 650,000 ballots as of today. Yesterday it was 400 and change. Now, it's unfair to every single candidate, every single citizen, especially in Arizona, every person in Nevada, every person that voted in the other 47 states that have given us, for the most part, with some exceptions, their final vote tallies. Unfortunately, the person in charge of Arizona's elections happens to have a huge conflict of interest. That is the Secretary of State, Katie Hobbs. She has not been at all transparent in any way. We don't know the exact number of outstanding ballots, and we don't know when they're finally going to be counted, and we don't have an excuse as to why it's taking so long. Now, my message tonight gets serious to Arizona, Nevada, and every other state still counting votes. You all have a serious problem. This is drawn out way too long. It's convoluted. It is confusing. The process does not inspire any confidence at all in the process, and people may question the results as a result. It's simply not fair to anybody. Entire countries in Europe and South America and Asia, they count votes in less than a day. Then they call it a day. Canada, France, South Korea, the UK, they all use paper ballots and are able to count 100% of the vote on election night. But Clark County, Nevada, just can't go any faster at a minimum. Now, it looks really bad. This has to change. Look, all this, months-long voting, 6 weeks of voting, 8 months of voting, drop boxes here, there, everywhere, no tabulators that work, et cetera, et cetera. How about we make voting day a national holiday? How about we start there? How about we then have absentee ballots for the sick, the infirmed, the elderly, people that won't be in town election day, and then everyone else show up. You have partisan observers watching the vote and watching the vote count, and everybody gets the election results at the end of the night. If it's close, you can recount it again and again and again. Now, this has to change. We have to have faith in the system and integrity in the system. And don't even get me started with Alaska. In order to have the huge advantage in her favor, the state's self-serving senator, Lisa Murkowski, and her allies instituting, quote, ranked choice voting, or what I call the Lisa Murkowski Incumbent Official Protection Act. This complex system requires voters to rank their choices. In other words, because Lisa Murkowski is well-liked among Democrats, but not well-liked among Republicans, well, she can now draw support from both parties with a second-place ranking. Well, that increases dramatically her chances against a real Republican in this race in particular, Kelly Chewbacca, who is beating her head-to-head on Election Day voting. But it will take weeks to play out. Chewbacca now has a lead, but the results will greatly change in the coming weeks, because the 10 points that the Democratic candidate got is more likely to vote for Lisa Murkowski, because Lisa Murkowski votes with Democrats a whopping 67% of the time, votes with Biden 67% of the time. It's a disgrace. But back to our top story. And all eyes are on Arizona and Nevada. Now, these two states will decide the balance of power in the U.S. Senate. There are also two major gubernatorial races that are still hanging in the balance. In Arizona, Kari Lake is confident the remaining votes will put her over the top, but it will take days or however long it takes, and at what cost. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.